it's become clear that there are a small few who refuse to comply with reasonable and legitimate public health orders. As Minister of Justice and Solicitor General, it troubles me to see the rule of law being eroded in this way. Action must be taken, and action we are taking. First, fines for Public Health Act violations are doubling from $1,000 to $2,000. It reflects the serious risk non-compliance poses to public health and safety. An order in council to this effect will be passed as soon as possible. But let me be clear, fines alone will not eradicate the problem of repeat offenders. And so we are also introducing a new enforcement protocol to more effectively target complex and flagrant cases of non-compliance. Whether an individual, organization, or business is the culprit, this protocol will be used to coordinate a multi-agency response to repeat offenders. It will draw upon the expertise of local police services as well as Alberta Health Services, Alberta Gaming, Liquor and Cannabis, Alberta Prosecution Service, and Occupational Health and Safety. Representatives from these agencies will coordinate plans tailored to review and address the particular circumstances of each case of non-compliance. Some cases may require further investigation, and some may trigger various enforcement powers, such as fines or revoking of licenses. To be clear, each agency will continue to act with its own mandate and the scope of its existing powers. But by sharing information and discussing enforcement actions this way, on top of doubling the fines, that public health orders will be enforced more effectively and consistently than before. There is a thin line to walk between myself as the Justice Minister and what goes on the ground on a day-to-day basis with respect to how the prosecutors and the court do their work. It is regrettable that there have been cases being dropped and withdrawn, and we are looking at the reasons for that. And I think one of the things we've seen is this new enforcement protocol being put in place, plus my commitment to continue to work with the Health Ministry and Alberta Health Services to see how we can beef up and close any loophole that is out there that is causing some of these setbacks. So you have my commitment. It has been there from day one that law enforcement across our province have their direction to ensure that the public health measures are enforced and prosecuted. What I can say to you is that RCMP, our local law enforcement, and Alberta Health Services collaborated on the rodeo that took place in Borden, and ultimately, they made the decision at that point in time, and this is what I'm hearing after the fact, to not intervene whilst that particular event is going on, but to deploy intelligence so that they can follow up with the individuals involved in planning the event. I can tell you there is ongoing investigation with respect to that particular event. Again, I think the best way to explain it to Albertans is to say, at the end of the day, the laws are there, the tools are there, the resources are there, and we must trust the judgment of those in law enforcement and at Alberta Health Services to whom we have entrusted with the responsibility to enforce and to ensure compliance. And if in their deliberations, taking into consideration all kinds of factors, made that particular call to go in a particular direction, my take is there must be a reason for that, despite the frustration, as frustrating as that can be. And so that investigation is ongoing right now. And you know, my hope is that wherever that leads to, then the law will be brought to bear upon those who, you know, held that particular event in violation of the public health measures.